Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Finally got around to doing all the mods on my Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Kills Michael Myers 1/6 scale figure. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333. This is the body that I used, a cool model, Muscle Tall 1/6 BD004 new 2.0 version, and everything worked out well with this body. The Tots hands go on this body just fine, and the feet were okay. You don't use the feet, but it all worked out. So is what I ended up doing with this body. It was originally going to be for a Rob Zombie Myers, but it wasn't tall enough. But it's just about right for James Jude Courtney. So swapped out the body and did a lot more weathering on the Trick or Treat Studios coveralls based on Tanila's designs. And these ones are really good. They are maybe some of the best coveralls for any of the Tots figures. And I finally put a wire in the collar so I can manipulate the collar. I remember Ryan Harper sent me a figure to do a video on, and I copied his idea and just stuck the wire in the collar there, and it's enabling me to get all the cool realistic shapes for the collar. And I had to remove some of the inside the mask, the sculpt by Trick or Treat Studios. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but yeah, I've had to cut away at some of this interior section. The peg still goes in just fine, but the surrounding area, you might want to trim some of that away very carefully with a scalpel to get the head to sit a bit lower, because it's a bit too long in the neck looking with all that sculpt inside the mask. So now the collar comes up to about the right length. There's just enough neck showing, and I think the overall look is much better. Right, so here we have the original body, the Trick or Treat Studios body for the Halloween Kills figure on the left, and the new body, the Cool Models BD004 on the right. Now it's not drastically taller because you don't want it to be that much of a stretch, because these coveralls that were designed for the body on the left still have to fit the body on the right, the new one. But as you can see, it's just a little bit beefier, just a little bit taller, and I think that it worked out really well. I mean, look where the coveralls end at the beginning of the boots there. It's just, that looks perfect. So the coveralls fit this new body really well. I mean, that just looks amazing. I was always, just kind of dissatisfied with how he was on the shelf ever since I got him. And the problem was I couldn't get the zip on the coveralls undone. And then today I tried it and they just came right undone. It's the strangest thing, but it just inspired me to get going. I had that body spare that I was going to use for the Rob Zombie figure. It was too small, so I thought, well, it might be perfect for a James Jude Courtney Halloween Kills Myers. And it is. But the Trick or Treat Studios hands go on this body's wrist pegs really easy. And as far as the boots go, I just kind of stuck the leg in the boots. There's no foot on the leg, obviously. It's not like clicked into position. I didn't go to that much trouble because I'm a bit slack. I thought as long as the boot is high enough, which it is, when you put, plug the leg in there, it's going to stay put and he'll stand on his own and everything. It's very stable. Yeah, all day long he's maybe one day when I got the time, I'll get my head around that, but it's perfectly fine. Unfortunately, no double bend in the elbow on this particular body, so you guys out there may be able to find a better one, a better option for this. But I'm glad he sorted out. I'll just have to pose this one in non-double bend elbow poses. That's okay. As long as he's looking a bit more lively on the shelf with the weathering and the better proportions, I think he's really going to become one of my favourites out of all the Myers figures on display now. Just those few little differences, like the collar being sorted out thanks to the wire. That's a big thing because the collar's important. I can pose it however I like now. It's a nice thick good strong wire. You just make a little hole at the very front and at the peak at the tip, and then just poke your wire through until it goes all the way around to the other side. Use your fingers to keep it up around the top of the collar, and then once it was through, I kind of pulled the material back around it and just cut the tip off so that it wasn't coming right out again, and then just use the tiny speck of super glue to seal it and put some blood over that because it was covered in blood anyway. So the wire is in place now. It's a really good strong one. Got me real metal Halligan tool by Shadow Fergo on Instagram. It's heavy and sharp. It's amazing. I've got the baseball bat as well, but Art the Clown has that up on the shelf at the moment. And that's cool. So I removed the stand from the base, which left a hole, so I put the Halloween Kills magnet on there with some blue tack. Got the little sewer drain there, or manhole cover I should say. That's a pretty sick display right there. Alright, I'm gonna look into his eyes now. Ugh, didn't light them up too much, but you can just see them in there. The shape. Staring into your soul. I just did a bit of extra blood work on the side, freshen that up a little bit, put some on his ear and other little places around the mask, some of the really damaged areas of the burnt section, and darkened the hair on his left side from where it was burnt. Added some blood to the neck, t-shirt, and all over. Yeah, and that dead eye, his eye on the left. It's all gross. That was a really cool touch though, in the design of this Michael Myers. It made him even more creepy. The shape of the hair on the Tots head sculpt here, the way it's sculpted is so well done. They captured the exact shape of it. You can't talk about Michael Myers without saying shape a lot. It just happens. Now finally, my Halloween Kills figure is the same height as my 2018, as it should be. The Kills was always slightly smaller because the 2018's been modified with a new body. I think it was a JX02 body. There's loads of videos on the channel over the years doing mods on the one on the left. But now with the body swap on the Kills figure, they are the same height as each other, and that is suiting me just fine. Now we need that Halloween Ends figure to come out, and then the trilogy of Myers figures will be complete. I think this is the Sly Stallone Shop Rambo figure base that I keep borrowing for stuff. Sometimes I use it for my Predator 2 City Hunter, and it felt appropriate to use it for Halloween Kills Myers here. But that's how he turned out, folks, in the end. It took me a long time to get round to finishing him up, but now that he is, I'll never say 100% done, because there's always stuff I might go back and tweak a little bit, but I am very happy with my 1/6 scale Halloween Kills Myers now. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Hit the like button on it. Check me out on Instagram at DKnight333 for all the pictures. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.